My beloved child, today I come to you with a special message, one that's meant to touch your heart and soul. In this video, we'll explore the profound truth that you were chosen for greatness, where you'll find words of love, hope, and strength to face any challenge that comes your way. Have you ever wondered why you were born in this specific time and place? Or how you can fulfill the grand purpose I have for your life? Today, we'll discover these answers together. If you feel this connection and want to strengthen your faith, write in the comments, "I trust in you, Lord." Let's spread this message of love and hope together as a community of believers. My precious one, I want you to know that long before you were born, I chose you. I handpicked you for a unique and magnificent purpose. As it's written in Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." This wasn't a random occurrence or a mere coincidence. Your existence is a deliberate act of my love and wisdom. You might be wondering, why me, Lord? I'm not special. I'm just ordinary. Oh, my child, if only you could see yourself through my eyes. You'd see the masterpiece I created, the potential I've placed within you, the greatness I've destined you for. Remember David? He was just a shepherd boy, the youngest of his brothers, often overlooked and underestimated. But I saw in him a heart after my own, a courage that would defeat giants, and a leadership that would unite a nation. As it's recorded in 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 7, "The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." Like David, you too have been anointed for greatness. Your greatness might not look like what the world expects. It might not come with fame or fortune. But true greatness, my child, is found in fulfilling the purpose I've given you, in loving others as I have loved you, in being a light in the darkness. There may be times when you feel inadequate, times when the weight of this calling feels too heavy. In those moments, I want you to remember the words I spoke to Paul in 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9. "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." Your weakness is not a hindrance to your greatness. It's an opportunity for my strength to shine through you. Think about Moses. When I called him to lead my people out of Egypt, he protested, saying he wasn't eloquent enough. But I used his weakness to display my power. Through him, I performed miracles, parted seas, and delivered an entire nation from slavery. Your perceived weaknesses, my child, are often the very tools I use to accomplish great things. Now, you might be thinking, "But Lord, I've made so many mistakes. How can I be chosen for greatness when I've fallen so many times?" My beloved, your past does not disqualify you from your future. Remember Peter? He denied me 3 times, yet I used him to build my church. Your failures don't define you, they refine you. They're opportunities for growth, for learning, for experiencing my forgiveness and grace, as it's written in Romans chapter 8, verse 28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Every experience you've had, every trial you've faced, every victory you've won, I'm using all of it to shape you for the greatness I've called you to. But what does this greatness look like? It's not about achieving worldly success or gaining human approval. True greatness, in my kingdom, is about serving others, about laying down your life for the sake of love. As my son Jesus said in Matthew chapter 20, verse 26, "Whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant." Your greatness might be found in the way you love your family, in the kindness you show to strangers, in the integrity you maintain at your workplace. It might be in the words of encouragement you speak, in the prayers you offer, in the hope you bring to hopeless situations. Your greatness is in reflecting my love and character to a world that desperately needs it. Remember Esther? She was an orphan girl who became a queen. When her people faced annihilation, she was reminded in Esther chapter 4, verse 14. "And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this?" Like Esther, you too have been placed where you are, with your unique gifts and experiences, for such a time as this. There's a specific role that only you can fill, a unique contribution that only you can make. The world needs your voice, your gifts, your love. Don't let fear or self-doubt hold you back. As I told Joshua in Joshua chapter 1, verse 9, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. My child, I want you to understand that the greatness I've chosen you for isn't a burden, it's a blessing. It's not about striving in your own strength, but about resting in mine. As Jesus said in Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 to 30, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light." The path to greatness isn't always easy. There will be challenges, obstacles, and moments of doubt. But remember, I am with you always. As Isaiah wrote in Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." When the journey seems too difficult, when you're tempted to give up on your dreams, remember Joseph. He was sold into slavery by his own brothers, falsely accused and imprisoned. But through it all, I was with him, working out my plan for his life. What others meant for harm, I used for good. Your trials are not punishments. They're preparation for the greatness that lies ahead. My beloved, I want you to grasp how wide and long and high and deep my love for you is. As Paul prayed in Ephesians chapter 3, verses 17 to 19, "And I pray that you, being rooted and established in love, may have power, together with all the Lord's holy people, to grasp how wide and long and high and deep is the love of Christ, and to know this love that surpasses knowledge, that you may be filled to the measure of all the fullness of God." It's this love that chose you, that sustains you, that empowers you for greatness. You don't have to earn it or deserve it. It's a gift, freely given. Receive it, embrace it. Let it transform you from the inside out. As you step into the greatness I've called you to, remember that it's not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about growing in faith, in love, in character. It's about becoming more like my Son, Jesus, every day. As Paul wrote in Philippians chapter 1, verse 6, "Being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus." Your journey to greatness is a process, and I'm patient. I'm not expecting overnight transformation. I'm looking for faithfulness in the small things, for obedience in the day-to-day choices. As Jesus taught in the parable of the talents in Matthew chapter 25, verses 21 and 23, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness." My child, I want you to know that your greatness isn't just for your own benefit. It's for the benefit of others, for the advancement of my kingdom. You're a city on a hill, a light in the darkness. As Jesus said in Matthew chapter 5, verses 14 to 16, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine." Your greatness, when lived out in love and humility, will draw others to me. It will inspire hope, spark change, and leave a lasting impact on the world around you. Don't underestimate the power of a life fully surrendered to me. Remember Gideon? He saw himself as the least in his family, from the weakest clan in his tribe. But I saw him as a mighty warrior. I used him, with just 300 men, to deliver an entire nation from oppression. As it's written in Judges chapter 6, verse 12, "When the angel of the Lord appeared to Gideon, he said, 'The Lord is with you, mighty warrior.'" Like Gideon, you too are a mighty warrior in my kingdom, capable of great exploits when you trust in me. My beloved, as we come to the end of this message, I want to remind you once again, you were chosen for greatness, not because of anything you've done, but because of who I am and how much I love you. As it's written in Ephesians chapter 2, verses 8 to 10, "For it is by grace you have been saved, through faith, and this is not from yourselves, it is the gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast. For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in. You are my masterpiece, created with purpose and intention. The greatness I've called you to is already within you, waiting to be unleashed. Will you trust me? Will you step out in faith? Will you embrace the destiny I've prepared for you? Remember, my child, that I am always with you. In your moments of triumph and in your hours of struggle, I am there. As I promised in Deuteronomy chapter 31 verse 8, the Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. So go forth, my beloved. Step into the greatness I've called you to. Let my love empower you, my wisdom guide you, and my strength sustain you. You were born for such a time as this. You were chosen for greatness. If this message has touched your heart, if you're ready to embrace the greatness I've called you to, write in the comments, I am chosen for greatness. Let's create a community of believers who encourage and uplift each other as we step into our divine destinies. Remember, my child, I love you with an everlasting love. I believe in you, even when you don't believe in yourself. You are precious to me, you are valuable, and you are chosen for greatness. Until we speak again, may you walk in the confidence of my love and the assurance of your calling. You are my beloved child, and I am so proud of you.